We're on the way home, but we're making one final stop on the AYL Ray City RV Safari, and we want you to join us. I'm Chad Booth.
And I'm Rhea Rossi Booth. We're in Old Sacramento for the last leg of our Bay Area excursion with a look back at the highlights from the last month.
And a look ahead at the RV vacation your family could win. From there, we'll follow some of the best Baja racers in the world as they compete in an environment of frigid temperatures.
Coming up next on AYL.
Only in Napa Valley, California would you find a roadside hamburger stand that says Shakes, Wine, and Cheeseburgers. Hi everybody, welcome to At Your Leisure. I'm Chad Booth.
I'm Rhea Rossi Booth, and we are just having a ball out here in Napa Valley. We're in front of Gott's Roadside in St. Helena, California, and honestly, we're on Route 12.
Correct, we are making our way all the way through Napa Valley. We started from way up high on the California coast, and we're just kind of wrapping up our series, finding out what kind of fun things there are to do along the way. No agenda, no appointments, we're just letting you see the fun, cool things we either heard about, saw, or discovered on our trip.
So we drove by here and the kids were like, let's go get some shakes. And I said, we're there.
In fact, the cities are in line, so we're gonna go order. What do you want us to get for you? And then we'll tell you about the rest of the stuff going on here. Come on, let's go.
There are only a couple of things that will immediately come to mind to most people from Utah when they hear Napa Valley. One of them is the vino, and the other one is they're kind of green over there. There were just wineries all over the place, but you know, our goal in life is to find the quaintest, most old-fashioned, cutest place that you can go, and we did at the St. Clement Winery. That was just idyllic. It looked like a small family business.
That's right, Chad. And you know, Napa Valley is just beautiful. And you know, one of my favorite things there was the old-fashioned wine train where you can get on the train, you, your family, everybody can get on there, and they take you from vineyard to vineyard, and you just go and you make your stops, and it's just a heck of a lot of fun. And oh my gosh, you can really see wine country that way.
Well, there's always those two schools of thought. You've probably heard me talk about them a million times. The adventure of the road and the adventure of the destination. Well, for us, we're kind of in the middle because all those fun things in Napa Valley, we still have everything in Sacramento yet in front of us, which is yet to come. So it's time to park down the trailer, hook up all the stuff, and then get ready to go explore Sacramento. All on 50 amps of beautiful electrical air-conditioned power.
Thanks, guys. I'm Stephen Human, and I am in southern Utah right now in one of the most beautiful areas in the West. I'm in a Utah state park called Snow Canyon. It's a little bit out of the way, it's a little bit hidden, but it's definitely worth a visit for you and your family. I'm going to show it to you now.
In a place called Snow Canyon, you'd probably expect more white than red, but this rocky area just northwest of St. George almost never sees actual snow. It's a collection of sandstone, volcanic rock, and spires left over from a prehistoric desert the size of the Sahara. Now it's the perfect venue for kids of all ages to scramble and climb unencumbered by rules and regulations prohibiting fun and exploration. And while there's no snow, it is the perfect winter getaway.
The park is actually named after two individuals, Lorenzo and Erastus Snow. Both of those were prominent figures in early Utah history. This is an amazing place for visitors to come when they're tired of snow and bad air quality up north. Come down here to the park. It's RV friendly. We have 14 sites with water and electric hookups. They're $20 per night. The remainder of the spots are non-hookup sites at $16 per night.
Snow Canyon was created as a state park in 1962, but it has actually been a destination for far longer than that. Anasazi Indians came to this area as far back as 1,800 years ago and used it as a seasonal camp in the winter, not unlike how we enjoy it today. Paiute Indians came in a millennia later and were still here as Europeans first made their way into the Southwest. Today, the park is a 7,400-acre preserve that has been sculpted by centuries of wind, water, and tectonic shifting. Geologically speaking, much of what makes the park unique is actually quite young. The lava flows, for example, are less than 30,000 years old, and while for us that may seem like a long time, it's a blink of an eye as far as the rocks are concerned. Looking around, it's easy to be struck by how different the Earth looks today, as opposed to when much of what is now known as America was covered by a barren, dune-covered wasteland. From native tribes to the most recent tourist, most visitors have come here for the same reason. There's something about walking among these rocks and along paths through solid stone that gives you a connection to the eternal. Our lives are fleeting, evidenced by thousands of years of human transition, but here there is a sense of permanence. These outcroppings and spires sit unchanged as our history passes by around them like mist that quickly dissipates or moves on. Here we're a part of something that lasts. That and the area is practically begging you to explore. It seems like every corner offers something new, and for the kids in particular, each boulder has its own adventure.
There's amazing opportunity here in Snow Canyon. We have a 31-unit campground here in Snow Canyon in addition to 2 group sites. The park and the campground are open year-round. For folks that are coming down here and camping, there's just an amazing opportunity, a lot to do. We have over 38 miles of hiking trails. We have bike trails, horseback riding trails, over 180 technical climbing routes in the park, in addition to canyoneering opportunities as well. There's actually 2 canyoneering routes here in Snow Canyon. One of them is referred to as Arch Canyon. It's the more technical of the 2, more traditional canyoneering with multiple rappels that drop down into the back of Arch Canyon. And then there is what's referred to as Island in the Sky, which is a little bit more of a technical overland route. Both of those opportunities, visitors can go online and get one of the online required permits.
While permits are necessary for some of the more difficult rappels, just to make sure park officials know those visitors have the proper skills and gear to attempt them, the rest of Snow Canyon is completely open to explorers of all ages, and I promise you'll feel like a kid again, running and jumping from place to place. There are very few things we can do in life that will take us back to a pure state of wonder and unadulterated fun, but climbing around is one of them, and there are few places better to do that than right here in the crimson lands of Snow Canyon.
As you can see, this is a beautiful area, definitely worth exploring, and your kids will love it. Now, it's really easy to find as well. Just out of St. George, head north on Bluff Street, and then turn left on Snow Canyon Parkway. And you'll be right here. It's great to come out here and explore. Well, I'm Stephen Hewen for At Your Leisure. We need to take a commercial break, but when we come back, we'll have this week's product review.
Put some adventure in your life and attend
the Sportsman's Vacation and RV Show, February 18th through the 21st at the Southtown Expo.
See hundreds of new RVs, motorhomes, travel trailers, and accessories.
Buy at the show and save. Take advantage of special show financing.
Find hunting, fishing, and travel destinations.
Gourmet and Dutch oven cooking classes.
Register to win an Alaskan fishing trip.
ABC4 Utah and CW30 invite you to the RV Show, February 18th through the 21st.
Introducing the newest member of the Yamaha off-road family. It thrives in the most remote, rugged terrain. It never steps down from a challenge and travels long distances in search of adventure. The all-new Yamaha Wolverine. It's a whole new animal.
You see a snapshot and you wish you could make it real. You glance at a calendar and imagine you could step inside. You see adventure and long to join in. In Kane County, Utah, there's nothing to hold you back. Land, water, air, from the Red Rocks to the top of the world. A motorized adventure to the style of the Old West. Experience the true meaning of freedom. Kane County, Utah. Come play in our backyard.
Want to win an RV vacation of a lifetime? Well, now you can with Ray City RV. Experience Southern California with your family in the way that you've always dreamed with the Ray City RV vacation. Win a 7-day RV rental, a 4-day spot at the Anaheim RV Park, and 4 Park Hopper passes for 3 days of fun at everyone's favorite Magic Land. Sign up online at raycity.com and it's all free. The Ray City Anaheim RV vacation. It's time to make your dreams come true.
Well, welcome back to At Your Leisure. I'm Darren Kinder, and today we're going to be adding some new fun toys to our Hillside 4x4. We're going to be putting on some front and rear bumpers that are solid steel, and we're also going to be putting some rock rails on it. Now, one of the reasons we're doing this is you can see by our plastic front bumper here, the first time we took it out, we decided to do a little damage to it. And this new bumper is all steel. It's got a Nerf bar, it has a place to hang our winch and everything else. And then on the rear bumper, we have a spare tire carrier. So that gets that weight off the tailgate of those big 35s and puts it all on the bumper so we don't have to worry about tearing up our tailgate.
And one of the main reasons we want to change out this rear bumper is because of the spare tire. Because you can see right now, the spare tire is completely hung on the tailgate. If you keep this big spare tire on here, eventually it'll start damaging these hinges. Now the bumper comes off fairly easy. You got a couple bolts out here on each side and then 2 here in the middle. And these just come out with a 5/8 inch wrench. The bumper's just plastic. Well, it can't come out that way. I thought it'd just come right out. I have to do 2 more bolts. Okay, so once you get those bolts off, it's real easy. This thing just falls right off. It weighs almost nothing. Now you can see we've got the bumper on it now. We've got the receiver hitch. We've got the spare tire carrier on it, and you can see most of the weight is being carried right here in this joint. There's also a little stopper over here to kind of support it as well. But the nice thing is now when I open the tailgate, the spare tire comes with it, and same thing when I close it. So I don't have to, open the spare tire and then open the tailgate. That's one thing I really like about the Rampage stuff. Now we're going to be replacing this front bumper as well, and it doesn't do as well with the approach angle. The new bumper will sit a little bit higher, which will be awesome. And we're going to be putting on a winch at the same time, and so having the winch, there's no real place to mount it on this plastic stuff, so on the new steel bumper, we'll have a great place to put the winch. So there are basically 8 nuts that held this front bumper on. Get those loose, disconnect the electrical harness, and the thing comes right off and you're ready to put on your new one. All right, we got it all bolted back up again. It only was about 8 nuts to get it on there and take it on and off. A couple things to point out that I really like about these Rampage bumpers. One, it came with this bull bar on it, all built in, welded onto it. It didn't have to be bolted on afterwards. And you can see how all the little angles match up with the fenders here. And now all of a sudden this bumper is way up and out of the way of the tires. They even gave us a couple clevises to go on here, so it's all set and ready to go. We got to get the winch put on, but we don't have time for that right now because we've got to get to commercial break.
Dominate every trail. Conquer any task. You need a machine that does it all. Introducing Polaris General. The General is the most powerful wreck utility side-by-side ever made. The industry's deepest cargo box lets you haul and dump up to 600 pounds, and the revolutionary cockpit totally refines comfort and protection. Polaris General, ultimate versatility to win every battle.
Your own place? Well, I'm Jill Kinder with Exit Realty Plus, and I can help you find your new home. Whether you're a first-time home buyer looking to expand or looking for an investment property, give me a call. So when you're ready, contact me, Jill Kinder, at 801-718-4622 or at jillkinder@gmail.com.
Exit Realty Plus, helping you find the home of your dreams.
In a place that is beyond words, there is nothing to be said, except take your time in Bryce Canyon country.
Welcome back to At Your Leisure, everybody. Chad and I are continuing our RV safari in Northern California, and we're heading to Sacramento, so let's take a look.
Our last stop of the trip before we hightailed it for home after we get parked in Sacramento is to go over to Old Sacramento. Now, I'd never heard of the Old Sacramento part. I mean, that anybody ever talked about. I heard, well, the old part of town, but I didn't think that it was like a historical place. It's really cool.
It really is. I mean, it was just right there on the water, and all those wonderful cobblestone streets and the old stores and the candy stores and that big, massive steam paddle wheeler.
Oh, yeah, the Delta King.
It was a beautiful boat, and the little rooms that you could stay in, those little hotel rooms and the big restaurant they had on there. And you can use that. You can still dine on there and stay at that hotel.
Now, just at the edge of Old Sacramento, right at the interface between modern and old, is the California Train Museum. What was your favorite part?
There was 10 full trains in there that they had, which was incredible. That you could get in and walk around all of them and see all the different types of trains in that era. What I really enjoyed as well was watching Chad City's kids out there just playing and jumping around. And it's like they really saw something that they had never seen before, and they could have stayed in that museum all day.
I think little Ashton lived for trains.
Well, as you can see, there's lots to do here in Old Town Sacramento.
Including die.
Did you check out the license plate, what it said? Oh, Zero Pulse. This is such a fun town. There's so much to do with family and just hanging out. We are actually, this is like where the Transcontinental Railroad ended?
Yep. It's the Central Pacific got to the boats just at the end of this block. The boats took the stuff the rest of the way to the Pacific Ocean. So anyway, right now it's time for us to join up with our friends Rocky Mountain ATVMC, or the sponsors of our Trailhead Adventure, and come up with this week's Trailhead Adventure, something I think you will like.
When we think of speedy snow sports, we generally think of downhill skiing or snowmobiling. A little bit more extreme, maybe, we think of ice racing with ATVs or dirt bikes. But this is something altogether different. Here, the track is pure snow, the vehicles are trophy trucks, and the speed is as extreme as in any other sport of its kind. This is Red Bull Frozen Rush, an event that takes winter, throws it on the track, and pushes it to the breaking point.
It's incredible. I've never been this tired in an off-road race in a Baja 1000. This course got so chewed up after 6 laps, but it was amazing. These BFG tires with the spikes are one off. So much traction off the start. Me and Ricky got me, and I got a little traction. I almost drove over the back of him. It was a little scary for a second.
Fear is a good thing at an event like Frozen Rush because overconfidence can quickly turn to disaster for drivers who don't understand the limitations here. As most of us know, driving on snow is very different than pavement or even dirt. Out here, friction is at a minimum, and even with massive studded tires, these off-road Pro 4 trucks are at an enormous disadvantage compared to a dry race track. Speed is their friend, but also their enemy, as each turn or jump could mean the end of their race and the destruction of their rig.
You know, the biggest thing here in Frozen Rush is being smooth. This track deteriorated so bad, got so gnarly, and I couldn't have scripted any better. Me and my teammate Ricky Johnson got to the final again. I knew it was going to be an all-out battle, but just got to stay calm, smooth, hit all my lines, and that's what we did here today.
Frozen Rush began a couple of years ago in 2014. Red Bull decided to film one of their racing trucks cruising around in the snow merely for the promotional video of the machine kicking up powder. Well, it looked so cool, they thought about how about doing this with a bunch of trucks and make it a race. And that was the birth of the Frozen Rush. It gave racers a chance to push their RPMs into the red, while offering a challenge unlike anything they had ever faced. The first competition was held at Sunday River Resort in Maine in front of more than 10,000 spectators. Since then, the sport has only grown, with the 2016 race bringing in even more people to watch the mayhem in the mountaintops of the Northeast. These trucks are 900 horsepower machines that have been modified to perform in the extreme conditions. Special jets have been placed in the carburetors to allow the engines to function at an accelerated rate despite the less dense air of the higher elevations.
We found out, the engine was running too cold, the shocks were way too cold, the power steering's too cold, so everything was just so cold that it wasn't running properly, and we figured that out, and we found out ways to make it where we can run it at the right temperature.
The suspensions and gear ratios have also been tweaked to compensate for the soft, icy terrain. And while they don't have heaters of any kind, it can still get pretty hot in that cockpit despite the frigid temperatures outside. Frozen Rush is a once-a-year event held on a single day in January. For racers looking to break into this new sport, organizers suggest training at standard trophy truck competitions. They're all over the country. These dirt races prepare drivers for the unexpected nature of off-road contests, giving them a glimpse into how difficult it can be once you remove the rocks and dust and replace them with slick snow and freezing temperatures. Speed knows no season. You may not expect to find it on a winter afternoon in the alpine forests of Maine, but where there is a challenge, you will find racers looking to conquer it, even in the snow.
It just feels great. I love this event. It's one-off, once a year, and we won it twice out of 3 times now.
This is one sporting event that's never going to be postponed due to snowy conditions. From the trailhead, I'm Terry Wood.
There's a little place on a Utah map where I was raised, where my heart's at, where the sagebrush grows wild and high, and the stars come out at night. Oh, there ain't nothing like being raised in the basin with a Ute reservation, skiing starvation, that Duchesne County life.
Everything you thought you knew about off-road vehicles is about to be redefined. Introducing the world's first and only pure sport side-by-side, the all-new YXZ 1000R from Yamaha. The world of off-road sports side-by-sides has shifted forever. Now, get no interest for 6 months on a new Yamaha ATV or side-by-side.
Get your new Yamaha at Stedman's Recreation. Ride hard, play hard.
Accommodations for this week's episode of AYL were provided by the Red Lion Hotel and Conference Center on Bluff Street in St. George. Great ambiance, great rooms, great breakfast. To find out more and to book rooms for your family, call 435-628-4235.
Come on into the great outdoors.
Put some adventure in your life and attend
the Sportsman's Vacation and RV Show, February 18th through the 21st at the Southtown Expo.
See hundreds of new RVs, motorhomes, travel trailers, and accessories.
Buy at the show and save. Take advantage of special show financing.
Find hunting, fishing, and travel destinations.
Gourmet and Dutch oven cooking classes.
Register to win an Alaskan fishing trip.
ABC4 Utah and CW30 invite you to the RV Show, February 18th through the 21st.
Welcome back to At Your Leisure, everybody. We're just hanging out here at the Shade RV Resort in Sacramento.
Not to be confused with the Shady.
No, it's not shady. It's wonderful. We're here with Chad City and his beautiful family out from Ray City.
Come on back here, Ashton. don't get too far out in front.
What a cute little family you guys have.
So this has been a real fun week. This is a great family to travel with. They've got a good sense of humor, which if you're traveling with us when we're working is a requirement because things don't always go as planned. Did you guys have fun? Yeah? Don't be all talkative at once. So Chad, what was your favorite part of the trip?
My favorite part was just the drive here.
Chad, it was a beautiful drive, wasn't it?
Yeah.
All right. Well, what about you?
I loved the train museum in Sacramento. It was fantastic, and I think the kids had lots of fun there.
Yeah, well, what about you, Ashton? You were all so hepped up about that train museum.
I liked the beach.
You did, huh? So you take a beach over a train any day? All right. What about you, Miss Lily?
I like the Alcatraz.
You did? You want to live there?
No.
Okay, then be good. Be good.
It's closed, Chad.
Zach, what about you?
I like the fishing.
Well, of course, because you are the big kahuna who caught the big tuna.
Yeah, as a fisherman.
Yep.
Max, what about you?
I like the redwoods, just the smells and how big the trees were.
Would you do it again?
Yes, it was
Lots
a pleasure.
of fun.
All
What about
right.
you guys? Would you do it again? Yeah? All right.
Absolutely.
All right.
So-
Indubitably.
Here's the deal. If you'd like to find out our exact itinerary about how much we tried to cover each day, what things we did, and where to go, and our picks and our hits, our misses and errors, we'll give you the true scoop. All you got to do is get in touch with Chad at Ray City RV, and you can find out about this so you can take this trip yourself. So anyway, Rhea and I, we've kind of forgotten our work.
Yeah, like the calendar of events and our sticker winner. So we're going to actually go talk to Steve Human, and he's going to tell us all that good stuff.
Thanks, Chad and Rhea. Steve Human here. Coming up this next weekend, you're going to want to join us for the RV and Sportsman's Expo, February 18th through the 22nd at the Southtown Expo Center. There is so much to see and do at this show. Check out the newest motorhomes and trailers. Plus, the AYO crew is going to be there, and you can come by and sign up for our big giveaways. The first one, Chad and Rhea have been highlighting this entire month, the RV vacation to Anaheim, California, courtesy of AYL and Ray City RV. This includes a 7-day RV rental from Ray City, 4 days at the Anaheim RV Resort, and 4 park hopper passes for 3 days of fun at everyone's favorite Southern California adventure park. You can sign up now at AYLTV.com or down at the show, of course. You can also sign up to win our Razor 4 900 giveaway that we'll be talking about more in the coming weeks. But if you're at the show, you can get an advance sign up for that. Now, speaking of winning stuff, we have this week's AYL sticker winner. Lucy Bichon sent us this photo of her trailer with an AYL sticker right there in the center. You are the winner of a Daniel Summit vacation with snowmobile rentals included. Call AYL at 801-947-8888 to claim your prize. Get your stickers, everybody. Now let's see what you can expect from the next episode of At Your Leisure. Looking for something new in the outdoors? Well, next week, follow me, Steve Human, as I explore the Cedar City area by Fat Tire Bike. It's a winter mountain bike trip, and we're showing how you can find hidden areas of your own on these big tired rides. We'll also hit the powder and discover some impressive views you can only get to by snowmobile. Own the outdoors next week with AYL.
Well, I don't know about you, Rhea, but as much as I like every day out on the road, there is something special about the day you're headed home. You ready to be back?
Yeah, I miss my kitty cat. I miss my daughter. Oh, it's been a great trip. We went into San Francisco. We were just able to unhitch and drive the truck in there, and it worked out really well. But, you know, as we say every time we end our show.
Yep. You know, there's adventure around every bend.
So get out there and create your own adventure.
We'll see you next week.
Next time.
Beautiful area to explore. It's great for kids. The kids love the trails and climbing out here. Can't highly recommend it. Let's do that again.
Got it, it's right there.
All right. He gets us getting a selfie.
Hi, I'm Chad Booth from At Your Leisure. I hope you just enjoyed the YouTube video that you just watched. Now, remember, we come up with new videos like this every single week, so you might want to subscribe to our YouTube channel so you never miss a single story that we have out. Now, you can also share us with all of your friends on social media. Here's how to do it right here, and that way they can have fun too. If you want detailed information, we of course have our website, AYLTV.com, and from there you can find out which television stations we broadcast on, so you never have to spend a day without your fix of family-oriented outdoor recreation adventure. Plus, don't forget we have really cool contests.